bro. This is exclusive.
Put him down.
Wait, before you do that, have you just heard what he said? We're breaking exclusives. United District are coming into United View and breaking exclusive transfer news. So, listen, get involved, like up the video, get on the comments, and let us know what you're going to say to this, because exclusives are about to happen.
So last week
Yes.
we had a big conversation about Man United's midfield. There's a lot of discussion surrounding, does it work? Can it work? Can Ten Hag actually make his tactics work around his midfield? And apparently, the scouts at Man United have identified Amadou Onana as the top option for the summer, unless he's been backed by Ten Hag. It's said that they feel the squad, so the scouts feel the squad is lacking a player like Onana, especially with his physical presence, his profile, and that he'll be a perfect fit. And beyond that, Fofana from Monaco and Thuram from Nice have also been scouted extensively, but not Thuram is not as liked as Fofana or Onana. Beyond this, João Neves is also really appreciated, but I think he's got like a £100 million release clause. I think we're not going to be doing those kind of deals anymore under Ineos. It doesn't feel like. As well as Ilic from Torino and Baena from Villarreal, but Baena's much more of a creative profile, and I think United aren't necessarily looking for that kind of player now, considering they've got Bruno and then Mount and everything. And so, Amadou Onana. Ten Hag United's top priority currently for the transfer window. That obviously could change under Ineos. They've just come in. But as far as the scouting department is concerned, it's him. What do you think?
Do I go first?
You go first.
I'm not having it. Listen, I think he's good for Everton. I think he's good for Sean Dyche. But if you ask me, is he technically good enough to be a Man United player? I don't think he is. Is he good enough with the ball at his feet? I don't think he is. Is he that dissimilar to Scott McTominay and what McTominay can offer us? I don't think he is. He has a bit more discipline than McTominay. He was staying in certain positions where McTominay would just drift off. Fair enough. But he's not going to be cheap. For the amount of money we're going to have to pay for him. And
especially if Everton stay up.
The player you're getting is not... I don't know. I don't think technically he's good enough. Yes, he'll bring drive. He'll bring a physical presence. But like I said, I think we already have something similar in Scott McTominay. If you give him instructions and tell him to be a bit more disciplined, I don't think that's that far off from Onana.
Listen, I take what you're saying, bro. I think Onana's all right. I like him, he's all right, but nah, not for me. Not for me. I actually think that's a worry. If that's our top midfield target. If that's our top midfield target was at one stage Frankie de Jong. That's the profile that we want. Then we ended up with Casemiro. Then now we're going to end up with Onana. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, with the emergence of Kobbie Mainoo, that's absolutely brilliant.
That's what I was about
and that's
to say.
very, very key. And clearly United have altered what their plans are because of the emergence of him and how ready he was so quickly. And he's going to continue to do that. Brilliant. I can invest my stocks into Kobbie. We all can. Yeah, no problem.
We all should.
We all should, exactly. But Onana, if Onana comes to Man United, there better be some serious other technical ability coming in around him, because he ain't going to solve our midfield problems. No. Yes, he's combative. I'll give you that. He has got legs, but that's where it comes into the McTominay situation. But actually for Scott, Eric's not even using his physicality as his main attribute. He's saying, listen, get out of the midfield, play higher up, go get us a goal. Do you know what I mean?
Crash into the box.
Scott's not really winning loads of duels. It's not, and obviously his height, he can win headers and stuff like that. But for how big McTominay is, he doesn't even dominate midfield like that. He doesn't even get about the park like that. And in terms of like his awareness of where to be, that's what lets him down. Onana might be a bit better in that department, but I'm not hearing Onana come Man United. I'm not really for that.
Would you not think though that because United could be losing, three midfielders this summer, Casemiro might go, Scott McTominay might go, and Sofiane Amrabat probably not going to have his loan renewed. So would you not think it's kind of essential to bring in someone, maybe not specifically Onana, but at least someone of that kind of stature? If we're going to lose Scott McTominay, who you've both likened him to, and we might lose Casemiro, we're probably going to lose Amrabat, who the only thing he seems to be good at is running around. Yeah. Not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
Would it not be wise for United to bring in someone such as him to at least cover for the fact that there could be three people of that ilk going?
Well, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. If he comes, there has to be a lot more around that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So his skill set, okay, cool. If Scott McTominay left and the players that you said are going to leave, I agree with that. but it's still not. I don't think that's the required level. I don't. And sometimes the question right back is like, well, who is then? I get that.
Yeah.
I'm not the scout.
Yeah.
It's not my. I don't have to. I don't have to know who that is. But what I'm saying is, I've seen Onana play enough times, and technically on the ball, he's not it. He's not it. So if we're going to get him to be a battering ram and give us that level of physicality, if that's what Erik ten Hag wants, presuming it is Erik ten Hag who's going to be here still at the end of the season, then obviously we'd have to roll with it. But if you're asking me what's my initial thoughts of seeing that Onana's at the top of our list, it's not just like there was an opportunity in the window because our main targets, we got X, Y, Z, and we added to it with a little bit of steel of Onana. What you're saying is what the exclusive is that he's at the top of our scouts list.
Yeah.
How? I'm worried.
The only thing I will say in a way of like it making sense is that from that, what I kind of get is that, all right, so you want Kobe to be the guy to pick up the ball from your defence and be the one to pass through the thirds. Then you want maybe Dalot to come in line with him and also help. Maybe Luke Shaw does the same. And so you've got that along with Martinez to help you get the ball up. So in Onana, do you just want someone who, like McTominay can, crash the box every now and then?
McTominay gets better goal return than him.
Yeah, of course. But then also what McTominay doesn't have is perhaps the more sort of defensive awareness, the discipline to be in the right positions. So I get that. But at the same time, I think, could you not find that in a different player who then is technically better? Because regardless, at times you're going to need your midfielders on the ball. Whether you have your fullbacks coming up or whatever's going on, your midfielders need to be good on the ball. Right now, our midfield, sometimes it feels like a hot potato midfield. It feels like no one wants to keep the ball. When Eriksen's not in midfield, it doesn't feel like there's anyone who can bring that calm composure. Kobe does, to be fair. But apart from that, there isn't really that composure in midfield. I don't know if he's the guy. I can, like I said, I can maybe get it if you want Luke Shaw and Dalot to be more the ones in line with Kobe to help get the ball through, but technically he's not good enough.
For me, we need to, obviously physicality is a massive part of a midfield and we do lack
especially in the Prem these days.
Especially in the Prem, 100% agree with that, because when you look at like our best midfield recently of like Eriksen, Bruno, and say has been Scott at times, and even Casemiro to a certain extent, especially this season. I know he's had the long-term injury, so hopefully he comes back and resembles what we saw last season. But the big early signs of Casemiro this season, bro, he's running with a parachute on his back. And actually, let's not even kid ourselves to what Casemiro was last year. Unbelievable goal return. Didn't see that happening. But if you was to look at the downsides of what Casemiro showed in his game last year, was easily run past, dive in for a couple of tackles. Sometimes the game would pass him by.
He was rash, wasn't he? There
really
were many times where Casemiro lunged in and I'm just thinking, what are you doing?
Because we can't dress up Casemiro to be something he's not. He's not someone who's going to dictate the pace of the game. He's not someone who's got an unbelievable range of passing. Give him time and space, he can hit a pass. Of course, he played for Real Madrid for ages.
Got a long range pass.
He can switch the play like any good, decent midfielder should be able to do if you give him space and time.
Yeah.
But we can't gas him up to be able to. He can't run the show. No. He can't orchestrate everything. So he can get run by. So we do need physicality of lungs and steel. When you look at how Newcastle play, right, when they've got all their midfield, look, Joe Linton's a beast. He's an animal. He's at it.
He's everywhere.
Sean Longstaff is physical. He's at it. Bruno Guimaraes is a little bastard. Doesn't stop running. Do you know what I mean? Kicking people
you're right,
at it.
100%.
Tonali, even though he's been out for a while and with the ban, you know what he is.
Yeah.
Lewis Miley has come into it as a 17-year-old kid. He's at it. He's physical. Arsenal got it. Declan Rice is a destroyer, is a beast. Moises Caicedo can get about the pitch. You need it. You need it. Look at Szoboszlai, even Endo. So I mean, Gravenberch they can get about the pitch.
Back in the day, someone like Kante as well, who was there were about 3 of him every time he played Chelsea.
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm not downplaying the need for physicality in the midfield, but also what you get with them players, like what Nick's saying, is like, you have to be technically good as well. And if he's our top priority, that shows to me that it suggests to me that they see him as like the absolute number one shoe-in that we should be getting to change our midfield. And I see it as the other way around. I see it as the orchestrator needs to come in and then you back it up maybe to sprinkle Onana in there where there could be a space in the squad.
I think by the summer it's going to change.
It also does depend on the deal. How much we want to pay for how much we want to pay for him. Because if you can get him on the cheap and he's a squad player, he's a rotational player, and you get rid of Scott and you bring in someone who, like I said, has a bit more discipline and can sort of stay in certain positions better than McTominay can. All right, fairs. I'm not, I don't hate it.
He's not dead.
No, he's not.
He's not like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
he's not at all.
absolutely awful. It just don't fill me with like,
let's do it.
Fill me with that. I'd be interested to hear what the listeners and the viewers think of that as well. Let us know, because I don't know, some of you guys may be sitting at home going, I'll tell you what, that's a bit of me. That's exactly what we've been missing. And maybe you do, and some of you may agree with us.
Tell you what I like is Paulinho from Fulham. I think he's a quality player.
You see what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
If you're talking
like
levels, that's what we should be looking at. That's what we should be
almost
looking
went to Bayern in the summer. Didn't it? I think it fell through genuinely on deadline day.
Proper.
I think he was doing, or like he was at the Bayern facilities.
Yeah, he was.
Trying to do
he
his
was
medical
very
things,
near,
Germany fell through right at the end.
I think he's quality here.
Brilliant. And that's what I'm saying. If you're saying what's our top target, I want to hear them names. I don't want to hear Amadou Onana. I'll be honest. I like him. He can sing as well. Like, he's making tunes and that. Like, cool. I like him. His dress sense is good. Like, he's got the drip and that. But he's clumsy on the ball. He's clumsy, bro. Like, he's clumsy on the ball. But he's got good physicality. He's got good athleticism. He does get up and down. A lot of times I have seen him arrive late into the box as well and fluff his lines. McTominay will probably give you more as a goal-scoring midfielder. But discipline-wise, I hear what you're saying, and physicality. He can be in the squad, but for me, not our top target.